Hello everyone, back with an IRS tax refund update. On today's episode, as those extended refund delays continue for many, we did close out another consecutive week of progress finally being made on the issuing of those tax refunds, so we will recap on that and what group of those still waiting should be next to receive. Meanwhile, we'll also recap on some of the notices taxpayers continue to report receiving as they continue to wait, including those 60-day notices and CP05A notices, as well as reviewing some of the root causes of this year's delays. Now, this past week saw the third consecutive week of significant movement when it came to the issuing of those tax refunds. Most of those came as part of the July 13th refund batch, and additional refunds going out with the July 15th batch, with some viewers as far back as January now confirming they did in fact receive those refunds as scheduled. However, what this week continued to show us is that those tax returns are not being processed in the order in which they are received, despite what the IRS has stated. We have viewers who filed in March confirming refunds, while there are still those of you who filed in January and February who are still waiting, all while the backlog of tax return numbers from the IRS continues to grow by the week. With the next significant refund batch scheduled for release on July 20th, we're expecting another run of refunds for both January and February e-filers and paper filers, especially with the number of those March filers now indicating they are part of the July 20th refund batch. It is expected the IRS will be increasing the amount of notices being sent out to taxpayers, and among them include the 60-day notices like seen here, either the standard version or modified version on the right. If you receive the modified version, which indicates the IRS is waiting for tax information to be available on their computer system, that is an indicator the wage information submitted by your employer has yet to be processed. Those CP05A notices are also another key set of notices being sent out, which the IRS is now requesting additional documentation, particularly related to the income you reported on your tax returns, so that any refund owed is clear to be processed. This is one of the more important notices, so it is important to submit any requested documentation, as your refund will remain on hold until the IRS receives that. Now, a number of viewers have asked why this tax season is the worst tax season on record, and there are a couple reoccurring problems from previous tax years, but there were some new causes that have led to many new problems this year. Even if you did not claim them, many of you have been impacted by those advanced child tax credit payments that were paid out last year. Earlier this year, the IRS sent out letters for taxpayers to use to report the amount of advanced CTC payments they received when filing their taxes. However, it was later reported a number of these letters had inaccurate payment amounts, while some taxpayers simply guessed the amount they received. Now, because of these issues, each of those incorrect tax returns submitted had to be corrected, which took resources away from processing other error-free returns, such as many of yours. Meanwhile, taxpayers who never received that third stimulus payment were advised to claim the recovery rebate credit on their tax returns, only to discover later the IRS indicated they did in fact receive that stimulus payment and that they would see a change in their refund, while other taxpayers attempted to claim the credit even though they knew they received the stimulus. Again, another key issue which required the IRS attention elsewhere and away from being able to process your tax returns. Many of you paper filers continue to ask why the IRS does not show your tax return as being received, and that is because they do not enter it into the system when they receive it in the mail. It is open and placed on a cart for processing at a later date, and the easiest fix would be to use barcodes on tax returns and scan them into the system when they are received in the mail, which in turn would let you know when it was received. Barcodes and scanning technology can also be used to the automatic processing of your tax returns like many states already use. It will speed up processing and the issuing of your refunds, but it also reduces the errors. Despite the IRS being told all of this, they have indicated they will not be using barcodes in 2023, so they're aware of what can be done to make things easier, but still will not do it. We want to thank our viewers who received their refunds this week for taking the time and watching this channel over the past weeks and months. We appreciate your updates. However, with many more out there still waiting, we will continue to monitor the situation for further updates, so make sure to click on the thumbs up and subscribe button below for future updates on this channel, and thanks for watching.